Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to teach you how to get crazy risk to reward ratio trades. Okay, so basically if you want to get a very big risk to reward ratio kind of trade, you need to do it the way the experienced traders do it. Excuse me. So how do experienced traders do it? You simply need to come to the higher time frame. That's the truth. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, you can't get crazy risk to reward ratio on smaller time frames. Okay, so you have to come to the bigger time frames. So right now I'm on gold, and as you can see right here, I'm on the weekly time frame. I'll quickly give you a strategy that you can use. Okay, so this is more like a swing trading system. You can see that's the weekly time frame up there. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, let me go over to 2018. Okay, so this 2018. Now look at this. What we are going to be using is stuff that is more like supply and demand zone. It works perfectly on higher time frames. Okay, it also works on smaller time frames, but we are talking about crazy risk to reward ratio. So what do you have here? You have something that looks like a consolidation where price is struggling. It's not showing whether it wants to move up or down. Okay, so it's basically consolidating, and all of a sudden we had price moving in the upwards direction. Okay, just like that. So what you do is you mark out the boundary. Okay, the boundary of the last red candle. That's what I'm marking out, just for you to know. So I'm using the body from the top, okay, then the extreme of the wicks that you have is what I'm going to use. Okay, so when price comes back here, we are expecting to place a buy trade, and as you can see what happened, price tapped back into it and then gave us crazy trade. All right, but I'm not going to give you the analysis for that. Look at this again. Same thing is happening. Okay, you already know in forex trading, history repeats itself. It's just a matter of how good you are when it comes to identifying the patterns. So the same thing is happening right here again. In case you missed the first one, you can see price in a tight range. Okay, not showing whether you want to move up or down, more like consolidating, and all of a sudden, boom, it moves in the upwards direction. What does that tell you? Mark out the boundary again. I'm using the last red candle, and I'm using from the top, I'm using the body. Then for the bottom part, I'm using the extreme wick. Okay, because that's where price could probably manipulate to before moving back up. So I'll wait for price to come back here and then give me a buy trade. But I've already checked the analysis and I found out that price has not come back here. What does that tell you? This is a future opportunity. So in case you would like to take the trade, go and mark it out on your charts and just wait for whenever price returns here. Okay, so whenever price returns here, trust me, it's gonna give you a lovely buy trade from that level. Okay, so this has not played out. You can go and fix that up on your gold charts. Okay, I'm telling you for free. Okay, so same thing happens here again, but this one actually played out. All right, so what do we have right here? Same thing, price in a tight range and then pushed up, okay, in the upwards direction. So I'm going to mark out the boundary. I've already done that, but let me just do it again. I'm using the top of the last red candle. Okay, then the extreme wick is what I will use for the bottom, because price could manipulate to that point. So what happened? Price tapped back into it. Okay, definitely your SL will be probably a few pips just below that level in case there's a little bit of manipulation before it goes. But most times, since this higher time frame, you hardly have all those issues of extra manipulations that you have in lower time frames. On higher time frames, it's a touch and go basis. Okay, so that's why you get crazy risk to reward. And when I did my calculation, I've already marked out where I would have taken the profit, which is here. Okay, so I have done the calculation of what you would be risking here compared to what you would be making, and it is crazy. Okay, it is crazy. Definitely, if you're using the smallest lot size, let's say 0.01 lot size, and you were able to take this trade, you understood the ideology that when you have a tight range and then market pushes out of there, it will give you a nice demand zone. You will know that, and you took the trade right here and you use the smallest lot size, 0.01. what you would be risking on this trade is about $18, about $18 to $20. If you decide to put it a little bit lower, maybe you give like few pips below that, you'll be risking about $18 to $20. Good. But what you stand to make all of this is about 500. It's about 570, I think it's 576 or there, about $576. So imagine risking about 18. Okay, you're risking about 18 to make 576. Is that not crazy? So risk to reward ratio is crazy on higher time frames. Okay, and if you know what you're doing, you can even further reduce your risk, probably by waiting to see some reaction at that level. It all depends on your expertise. Okay, so that's just what I want to talk about. You can see that zone I told you about. I want to move to the current day. The zone I told you about has not been tapped into. Same thing is happening here. Tight range, market moves up. I can mark out this level and you can see price tapped into it and give me buy trade. Okay, but this did not give us a big buy trade, it gave us a very small buy trade. Okay, so we had market move up a bit and then it came down. All right, so same thing is playing out around here, but this is a little bit different because I would have preferred a full aggressive move without breaks in between. This one has a break in between, which could serve as a point where my market could also reverse. Okay, so it makes more sense when it's just an aggressive move without breaks. So you definitely know that price will want to come down to this level below right here. So definitely, if you got any value, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.